say when a person has no purpose for living, sleeping becomes interesting. Yes. When a person has no purpose for living, then sleeping becomes interesting. And like Miles Moreau would say, where the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. Great evening, guys. Thank you so much for joining us again on another exciting Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade. Yes, this is the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade, and you basically know that we get to do only four things. Yes, we do only four things here on the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade. And the four things basically are: number one, to take your questions. So if you have questions, use the comment section, send in your questions. We would love to take them because we understand that questions are more important than answers, right? So send in your questions. We will be glad to take them and give you some level of clarity to the questions that you ask. Number two, we got to share with you the Upgrade Mastery tip for the week. And for this week, the Upgrade Mastery tip is purpose. Yes, purpose. That is the Upgrade Mastery tip for this week. And there's so much we're going to unpack on that conversation today on purpose. Number three is that we get to connect, network, and bond, because we understand it is important that we get to connect, network, and bond, especially in a world that is so connected via the internet. So it's important that we get to learn how to connect, how to network, and how to bond. And number four is that we get to have fun. I strongly believe that if learning is not fun, there is no learning at all. So we get to have fun while we do the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade, because whatever you learn with full pleasure, you remember in full measure. So do well to take a pause for now. Send this link to your friends, your family, your loved ones, and even your enemies, because this is about to literally change their lives forever. Right? So share the link and then let's get back into class. Now, if you've shared the link, just type in the comments shared. If you've shared the link already, just type in the comments shared, so I know the people who have shared the link with other people that they know. Just type share in the shared. Just type shared in the comment section, so I know that you've shared the link, and then we can begin the conversation this time, right? You know, we do this Upgrade Live from 7 p.m. through to 8 p.m. every Sundays. Every Sundays we are here to take your questions, to share with you the Upgrade Mastery tip for the week, to connect, network, and bond, and also to have fun. And if this is your first time of joining us ever, this is your first time of coming on the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade, thank you so very much for joining. Please let us know that it's your first time. So you can also type in the comment first time, right? Just type in the comment first time, so we get to reach out to you and celebrate you and send you our gift as a first timer, right? So thank you so much for coming. Let's get into the conversation. Now, you know, on the Upgrade Live with Mr. Upgrade, we also begin with our basic 5 questions. And the reason for these 5 questions is to help lay the foundation upon which every other thing will be built. Now, these 5 questions just help us to do the groundwork upon every other conversation we're going to be having on this discussion, right? So we lay the foundation with these basic 5 questions. So I'm going to begin with question number 1, which is, what is purpose? Now, you know, this is one of the most asked questions ever. Like, what's my purpose? I want to know my purpose. I'm looking forward to discovering my purpose. Everyone have that conversation around purpose. Now, what exactly is purpose? You know, some people feel, oh, purpose is something that you create your purpose, or purpose is something that you discover. What exactly it is? What is purpose? When you hear purpose, what comes to your mind? You know, Miles Moreau defined it expertly when he says that when the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable. So what exactly is purpose? That if it is missing, abuse is inevitable. I'm going to tell you, you know, on the Upgrade side of life, we also share our definitions that you will not find anywhere else. So I'm going to tell you what exactly it is that is purpose. See this, guys. Follow me closely. Are you here? Great. Now, purpose, it is the why you exist, the essence of your being, and the significance of your personality. That, my friend, is purpose. Purpose is the why you exist, the essence of your being, and the significance of your personality. That is purpose. Why you exist, essence of your being, significance of your personality. This, my friend, is purpose. And you can use this definition even for things and for humans. This is purpose. The why you exist, the essence of your being, and the significance of your personality. You can use this definition for animal, place, and thing. It works. It fits in perfectly for what purpose is. So when someone is asking, what is your purpose? What the person is wanting to know is, why do you exist? What is the essence of your being? And what is the significance of your personality? This is what makes purpose. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? Question number 2 is, who is responsible for purpose? Right? Who then is responsible for purpose? Who is responsible for purpose? The answer is simple, guys. Very simple. God is responsible for purpose. God is the creator, so he's responsible for purpose. But guess what? You are responsible to discover the purpose that God has placed inside of you. So for everything God created it with a purpose in mind. It's not on you to discover the purpose. So it means you don't create purpose, you discover purpose. Are you getting this? You don't create purpose, you discover purpose. So who's responsible for purpose? God is. But who's responsible to discover purpose? You are. So when you say you don't know your purpose, what you are saying is that you are yet to discover your purpose, because there's no one that doesn't have a purpose. Everyone has a why they exist, the essence of their being, and the significance of their personality. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? Question number 3. Why purpose? Why purpose? Why is purpose important? Why do we have to discuss about purpose? Why purpose? I'll tell you 3 reasons why purpose, right? Number 1, there's a reason. The first reason for purpose is that purpose has a reason. So there was something God had in mind while he created you. He had a reason for creating you. So why purpose? There's a reason. That's why Miles Monroe would say that where the purpose of a thing is not known, abuse is inevitable of that thing. Are you getting it? So even if you park yourself in the garage, that doesn't make you a car. Right? Even if you use the crates to sit down, that doesn't make it a chair. Are you getting it? So you can use some things for what they are not meant for. That doesn't mean because it's in use, that's the reason. So for purpose, why purpose? Number 1, reason. Number 2, function. Right? Function. Why purpose is because of function. You know, if you grow up in a Nigerian home, we make functions of so many things. For instance, there was a meme I shared on my Instagram, and there was 2 couples. The wife saw that the husband's shirt had a tear on it, and then she wanted to fix it. Then she brought out this bowl that they normally put thread, needles, and all of those things. And when she opened it, it was biscuits that was in it. And she was surprised, because normally that bowl has been repurposed to be used to keep storing things, thread, needle, pin, and all of those things. Why? Purpose has a function. There's the function for what it is designed for. So why purpose? There's a function. You know, they say cat can swim, doesn't make it catfish. Are you getting it? Cat can swim, does not make it catfish. There's a function. So for purpose, there's a function in mind. There's the reason, there's the function, what's supposed to do. The third reason why purpose is passion. The truth is this: when you know your reason, you know how you function, it will produce passion. So you see, people who are the most passionate around are people who have discovered their purpose. They know their reason, they know their function, so they have passion. Are you getting it? So one of the ways to know somebody hasn't discovered their purpose yet, they lack passion. They literally do anywhere belle face. Let's just do. Let's not be like, say we not do. You know, they lack passion. They're just dredging along. No. Are you getting this, guys? 3 reasons why purpose. Number 1, reason. Number 2, function. And number 3, passion. Now, question number 4. What are the benefits of purpose? What do you stand to gain when you have discovered and living out your purpose? What are the benefits of purpose? I'll tell you 3 benefits of purpose. Number 1 is alignment. You know, because you discover purpose, you need to align yourself to purpose. There's the alignment that happens. Because you know, Jesus said, I have come to do thy will, O God, in the volume of books that is written of me. There's the alignment. Are you getting this? There's the alignment. So why purpose? The benefit of purpose, the first is alignment. Now, because you know the reason why you exist, you know the function you're supposed to deploy, you have passion towards it, it helps you to align. So you cannot be out of alignment once you have discovered purpose. Purpose keeps you in alignment to the will of God for your life. It keeps you in alignment with the plans that God has for your life. You align yourself. Are you getting this? Second benefit of purpose is commitment. Knowing your purpose, engineer commitment in you. Because now you know why you exist. You know your essence of your being. You know the significance of your personality. So you are committed. Have you noticed that the people who have discovered their purpose, you always see commitment about all they do? They're committed. Jesus said, walk while it is day, for night comes when no man can walk. He said, I will walk the walk of him that sent me while it is day, for night comes when no man can walk. He had the commitment. He says, lo, I have come to do thy will, O God. In the volume of books, it was written of me. He had the commitment because he knew his purpose. Even when Peter said, Jesus, you're not going to die, Jesus said, get thee behind me, Satan. He knew his purpose. So he was committed to it. So understanding your purpose, one of the benefits is that it engineers commitment because you know why you exist. You know the essence of your being. You know the significance of your personality. So you're committed. You're committed to it. You're committed to it. And then the third benefit of purpose is it gives fulfillment. You know, Jesus hanging on the cross, he said, it is finished. Because he knew the whole reason why he came to the world was to die on that cross. It is finished. Fulfillment. Fulfillment. Paul, after he had encountered Christ, towards the later stages of his life, he said, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course. I have kept the faith. And what now awaits me now is the crown of glory that the Lord will give to me. What? He had fulfillment. No wonder when they were telling him, Agabus, the prophet was telling him, oh, this is how the person who owns this gift is going to be bound when he gets to Rome. And Paul says, I'm not only willing to be bound for the sake of the gospel, I'm willing also to die for the sake of the gospel. He says, none of these things move me. And then in Galatians 2:20, it says, I am crucified with Christ. Nevertheless, I live, yet not I, but Christ that lives in me. And says, the life I live now in the flesh, I live by the faith of the Son of God who loved me and gave himself for me. See, purpose gives fulfillment. Nothing makes you fulfilled in life like living out your purpose, knowing why you exist, the essence of your being, and the significance of your personality. So 3 benefits of purpose. There's alignment, there's commitment, there's fulfillment. Question number 5. When is the best time for purpose? And like I always say, the last best time for anything was yesterday. The next best time for anything is now. Now is the next best time for anything. Now. Now is the best time for you to discover your purpose so you don't live a meaningless life. Now is the next best time for you to discover your purpose. Now, see this, guys. Let's break this down because there are some areas I really need us to get into before we begin to delve more into the conversation. Let's look at purpose itself. Purpose, purpose, right? And we define purpose and we said that purpose, it is the why you exist, the essence of your being, and the significance of your personality. Like I told you, you won't find that definition of purpose anywhere. You won't find it anywhere. Even your AI can't give you that definition. That is the upgrade side of life definition. But let's break purpose down, right? Let's break it down. Purpose. The P in purpose is priority. The first P in purpose is priority. Now, we've had a conversation here about priority where we let you know that priority is not just doing first things first, but doing first things first that gives the highest return of value. So the reason why you were created is because there was priority of what you would be doing with your life. So the first thing about purpose is priority, which means there are other things that can be important, but your purpose is priority. You've heard me say this, that the best waste of time is to do something so well you should never have done in the first place. Did you get that? The best waste of time is to do something so well you should never have done in the first place. So purpose begins with understanding priority, why you exist. There are other things that looks cool for your existence, but what is the why? And that's purpose, why you exist. The first P in purpose is priority. Priority. So you were made for such a time as this. Priority. Are you getting it? As we begin to go into some stories later in this conversation, you see how this all play out. Right? The you in purpose is unique, which means everyone's purpose is unique to them. When it comes to purpose, there's no copy and paste. You cannot copy someone else's purpose and say that's not your purpose because you like it. No. I said it all the time. You only end up being the low budget version of the original of someone else. Everyone's purpose is unique to them. God, who created you, deposited in you something unique to you. So your purpose is unique to you. Your purpose is unique to you. Only you can carry out your purpose the way it should be carried out. It's unique to you. It's unique to you. You know, no two persons can do the same thing the same way. That's how unique purpose is. No two persons can do the same thing the same way. That can happen for AI. They can mass produce for AI, but for human beings, no two persons can do the same thing the same way. Why? Because each person will bring their uniqueness to that thing. Why? Because everyone's purpose is unique. Purpose is not copy and paste. Are you getting this? It's not copy and paste. It's unique. The R in purpose is responsibility. For every purpose, for your purpose, you have responsibility to bring it to pass, to bring it to life, to share it with the world. Your purpose is your responsibility. Are you getting it? Your purpose is your responsibility. God has deposited that ability. You're bringing it out is your responsibility. So in you is the ability that God has deposited. You have the responsibility to convert that ability through your purpose. You convert it to capability, you convert it to capacity, you convert it to competence through your purpose. So in each one lies that responsibility that purpose gives. Paul knew this. That's why Paul could say, I'm not only willing to be bound for the sake of the gospel, I'm also willing to die. He understood his responsibility in preaching the gospel. He understood. That's why when he was even in chains in Acts 16, at midnight, they woke up to pray, to sing, and then there was great deliverance, not just for them, but for other prisoners. That even the jailer got converted. He understood the responsibility in his purpose. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? The other P in purpose is the pain. You see, sometimes the thing that you hate the most is an affinity towards the purpose that you carry. So you see, the pain that you carry is an indication to the purpose that you have. It's an indication. You know, Moses, he saw how the Jews were being treated by the Egyptian, and he was moved to the point where he even killed one Egyptian and buried him in the sand. He already saw their pain, and through that pain, he knew he was to be a deliverer. But he was trying to do it on his own until God had to say, Moses, I will be the one to send you. Don't send yourself. Don't send yourself. Right? You are connected to the pain already. Yes, that pain is an indication of your purpose. But don't send yourself. I will send you back to Pharaoh. Are you getting this? And my friend Emmanuel explains this in the episode of his podcast, episode 193, where he talks about curate experiences. You see, God curated experiences with Moses' life. From Moses' birth to Moses' death, God curated experiences. So listen to that episode. You'll be wowed. Episode 193 on Let's Talk Podcast with Emmanuel on Spotify. I think it drops later today, right? Listen to it. Are you getting this? Why am I saying this? The pain that you feel towards some things is an indication of your purpose to change that thing. You see, some people have this pain towards abuse. It's an indication. They have a purpose to help people who are being abused. So pain sometimes is an indication for purpose. The same thing you see in Joseph. Joseph saw the butler and the baker. They were down. And asked them, why are you down? And they said they had dreams that they could not interpret. And interpreted their dreams for them. That was the pain that they had. And it was that same thing. 2 years later, Pharaoh had a dream. No one could interpret. The butler said, oh, I remember my mistake this day. There was a young Hebrew boy in the prison who, while we had our dreams, interpreted it and it came to pass exactly. Now, stand for Joseph. Are you getting this? Sometimes your pain or the pain from others is an indication to your purpose. So don't ignore those pains. Don't ignore those things that get you angry, those things that get you upset. It's an indication to purpose. Like I said, you don't create your purpose, you discover it. You discover it. I have a pain for mediocrity. I can't stand mediocrity. I can't stand average. I can't stand stupidity. I have a pain towards it because I have a purpose for excellence. Are you getting this? Pain is an indication for purpose. And then the O in purpose is opportunity. Your purpose will always bring opportunity for you in life. Your purpose. That's why scripture says, see that man who is diligent in his deeds, he will stand before kings and not me men. Your purpose will always give you opportunity. Joseph had the opportunity to stand before Pharaoh because of his purpose in being a helper to others. Are you getting this? Your purpose will always give you opportunity. Moses had this opportunity to want to deliver the Jews. That's why he had killed one Egyptian and buried him in the sand. And then he saw two Israelites fighting themselves and said, why are you fighting yourself? And one of the Israelites said, are you going to kill us like you killed the other Egyptian? So Moses fled, knowing that, Pharaoh will find out and Pharaoh will kill him. So he fled. But guess what? That opportunity of being a deliverer, God saw it in Moses. You know, scripture says in Hebrews later on, and it says, Moses, when he came of age, he refused to be called the son of Pharaoh's daughter, for he was willing to suffer affliction with the people of God that will enjoy plenty in Egypt for a season. Are you getting this? Purpose gives you an opportunity. Gives you an opportunity. And then the S in purpose is service. You know, just the same way your dream is not for you, your purpose is not for you. Your purpose is not for you. Your purpose is for service. Moses did not deliver himself because Moses was already a prince in Egypt. But he delivered over 3 million Jews from Egypt. Your purpose is for service. It's not for you. Are you getting this? Whatever thing that you were designed to do is not for you. It's for service. Like I said in one of our upgrade lives, I said that the mango tree does not eat the mango fruit. Have you ever seen a mango tree eating mango? But it produces mangoes. The same way your purpose is not for you. Your purpose is for service. It's for serving others. The purpose is to plant trees on whose shade you do not intend to sit under. It's not for you. It's for service. And finally, the E in purpose is excellence. For every purpose deposited in you, it should be done with excellence, not mediocrity, not average, not anywhere belle face, not no see as we just they do and they go. No, excellence. Every purpose that has been deposited in you must be lived with excellence. Must be lived with excellence. So, my friends, this is what purpose is all about. It's about priority, unique, responsibility, pain, opportunity, service, and excellence. This, my friends, this is purpose. And this is why you need to understand what purpose is and be on your discovery of your purpose. Because like I said, purpose is not created. You don't create your purpose. You discover your purpose. The one who created you already deposited your purpose in you. Is for you to discover it. You know, they say it's the glory of God to conceal a matter. And it says the glory of kings to discover it. So you need to discover your purpose. It's already in you. It's already in you. You are not creating it from scratch. You are discovering it and living it out. You are discovering it and living it out. See, guys, without purpose, life becomes aimless, directionless, and useless. Did you get that? Without purpose, life becomes aimless, directionless, and useless. You see people who have no aim in life, who have no direction in life, who have no use in life, is because they have not discovered purpose. Without purpose, life becomes aimless, directionless, and useless. And I know you do not want that for your life. You don't want that for your life. You don't want that for your life. See this, guys. You do not create purpose, you discover purpose. Never forget that. You don't create purpose. So, okay, now let me create my purpose. No, no, no. You don't create purpose. You discover purpose. Are you getting this? You discover purpose. And see, purpose gets you to the point where you realize I was made for this. Are you getting this? Purpose gets you to that point when you realize I was made for this. I was made for this. You know, they talk about Esther, when Mordecai told Esther, do not think that because you are in the palace, nothing will happen to you. He said, if you refuse to act, God would raise help from somewhere else. Perhaps, who knows, if you were put in there for such a time as this. The whole purpose of Esther being queen was to deliver the Jews from extermination that was planned by Haman. That's the whole purpose. Esther being queen was not for her benefit. Esther being queen was to be able to help abolish the plan of Haman, so all the Jews will not be exterminated. She was made for such a time as this. That's what Mordecai told her. Who knows that if you were put in the palace for such a time as this? And after that, Esther said, tell your people to fast 3 days. I and my maidens will fast for 3 days, and then I will go see the king. And if I perish, I perish. And like I often say, those who say, if I perish, I perish, they never perish. They never perish. Now, see this, guys. There are 3 things about purpose you need to know. 3 things about purpose. Number 1, it is discovered. You discover your purpose. Number 2, it is developed. You develop yourself in your purpose. And number three, it is deployed. These are three important things about purpose you should never forget. One, it is discovered. Two, it is developed. Three, it is deployed. You know, Moses discovered his purpose, that he was to be a deliverer. Then he fled into the wilderness. He was there for 40 years. In that process of being in the wilderness, he encountered God in the burning bush. In that process, God developed Moses into the person that can deliver the people. Moses' rod became a serpent. So Moses knew that, okay, God is with me. But anytime he held that rod, he knew that God was with me, even if I can't feel it. And then God now told Moses, I'm sending you back to Pharaoh to tell Pharaoh to let my people go. He was now deployed. Are you getting this? So purpose is discovered, it is developed, and it is deployed. So discovering your purpose is phase one. Activate phase two. Develop yourself in that purpose. And then phase three, deploy yourself to that purpose. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? Two traits of purpose. There are two traits you find with anyone who has purpose or living out purpose. Two traits. Number one, they are laser focused. Anyone who has discovered purpose, who has developed purpose, who has deployed purpose, they are laser focused. They are not distracted. They don't create their own distractions. They are laser focused. Paul said, I must see Rome. Laser focused. Jesus said, I must walk the walk of him that sent me while it is day, for night comes when no man can walk. Laser focus. My meat is to do the will of the Father and to finish it. Laser focus. The first trait of anyone that has purpose is laser focus. The second trait is action oriented. They are laser focused. They are action oriented. They know what to do and they do what they know. They are action oriented. So two traits of purpose: laser focus, action oriented. Are you getting this? Does this make sense to you? Great. The one goal of purpose is meaning. Nothing gives your life meaning like purpose. Nothing gives your life meaning like purpose. The one goal of purpose is that you have meaning. Meaning. And you see these guys, Love Word, right? Always have this slogan at the end of their intros. They say, giving your life a meaning, giving you a purpose for living. Giving your life a meaning, giving you a purpose for living. Are you getting this? So the one goal of purpose is meaning. It's meaning. Your life is nothing without meaning. Purpose is what gives meaning to your life. Remember, purpose is the why you exist, the essence of your being. Hey, I love this. And the significance of your personality. All of these things is meaning. Meaning. Why you exist, the essence of your being, and the significance of your personality. All of this is meaning. So the one goal of purpose is meaning. Like I said, giving your life a meaning, giving you a purpose for living. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? So you see, with purpose, it ignites passion. It flames desire and it propels execution. Purpose ignites passion. It flames desire and it propels execution. I'll tell you this and I'll tell you this for free, guys. The difference in people, it comes down to discovery of purpose. Yes, that's the difference between the haves and the have-nots. Right? The difference between the thinker and the doer. It comes down to discovery of purpose. Because once you know your purpose, there's no stopping you. Once you know your purpose, there's no stopping you. Once you know your purpose, you are on your path to greatness. Once you know your purpose. Are you getting this? You're on your path to greatness once you know your purpose. You know, Rick Warren, an American author, he wrote the book, Purpose Driven Life. Now, if you have never read that book, I recommend that you read that book, Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. It explains in more details this concept of purpose and how purpose can drive your life. Right? How purpose can drive your life. See, I'll be honest with you. Without purpose, your life can be meaningless. Your life can be directionless. Your life can be unfulfilling without purpose. Are you getting this? Without purpose, your life will be meaningless, directionless, and unfulfilling when you don't have purpose. When you have not discovered your purpose, your life will be meaningless. That's why I told you earlier that anyone who doesn't have a purpose for living, sleep becomes interesting. Have you noticed how lazy you can be when you wake up in the day and you don't have a plan for that day? That's what happens. Now, that for you is just one day. For some other people, that's their whole life. You don't just have a purpose for living. So sleep becomes interesting. When a man has no purpose for living, sleeping becomes interesting. Sleeping becomes interesting. That's why I said without purpose, your life can be meaningless, directionless, and unfulfilling. See, you must understand this, that your purpose, it gives you hope. It gives you resilience. It gives you clarity, and it gives you significance. Your purpose. It gives you resilience. It gives you hope. It gives you clarity, and it gives you significance. These things happen with your purpose. You have hope. You're resilient. You have clarity. And you have significance through your purpose. See this, guys. Very important. Nothing makes you feel and know that you matter like purpose. Nothing makes you feel like you matter. Nothing makes you know that you matter like purpose. Because purpose gives meaning to your life. Are you getting this? Purpose gives meaning to your life. So it makes you feel that you matter. It makes you feel that you know. Nothing makes you feel and know that you matter like purpose. You feel like you matter because of your purpose. You know that you matter because of your purpose. And you see, purpose is the sense that your life has meaning, direction, and significance beyond more existence. Are you getting it? Purpose is that sense that your life have meaning, direction, significance beyond mere existence. The one who is truly living is the one who has discovered purpose. The one who is yet to discover purpose is merely existing. Are you getting this? The one who is truly living is the one who has discovered purpose. The one who has not discovered purpose is merely existing. And the truth of the matter is this: the search to discover purpose is a universal experience. Everybody's out to discover their purpose. Every human wants to discover their purpose. It is the universal search. Because they want to ask themselves, why am I here? Why am I here? Why do I exist? What is the essence of my being? What's the significance of my personality? Why am I here? See, the search for purpose is a universal experience. Why we exist? Why do we exist? Why do we exist? It's a search for purpose. And you see, preparing this conversation, I discovered something very striking. And I believe this is the first time you will be hearing this anywhere. There are two sides to purpose. Two sides. Right? There are two sides to purpose. You see, there's the journey to purpose, and there's the journey after discovering purpose. You know, let me explain this in a way you can understand it. Joseph had the journey to purpose. And on that journey to purpose, he was betrayed by his brothers. He was sold into slavery by his brothers. He was bought over by Potiphar in Egypt and became Potiphar's slave. Potiphar's wife lied on him and he was sent to prison. That's the journey to purpose. In prison, he met the jailer and the butler. He met the baker, the jailer, the butler. Now, interpreted the dream for the butler and the baker. The baker was hung, the butler was restored. 2 years after, Pharaoh had a dream, and the butler recommended Joseph. And Joseph came to the palace and interpreted the dream of Pharaoh. So you see, all of this that Joseph went through was his journey to purpose, because the purpose was that the sun, the moon, and 11 stars bowed down to Joseph. And the sun and the moon were the gods of Egypt at that time. Even though his brothers thought that they were about him. But the sun and the moon were the gods of Egypt. So that was Joseph getting to purpose. Now there was the Joseph outside of, after that purpose. But now Joseph now implemented the dream. 7 years of famine, 7 years of plenty. He created storehouses during the 7 years of plenty. And at the 7 years of famine, he started to sell food to those who needed food. That was the Joseph after purpose. That was when he's now in the palace. He's now the prime minister of Egypt. That was when he is now able to save Israel, his brothers and his father, and brought them to Goshen. That was Joseph after purpose. And then he's able to save the whole world at the time from famine. So you see, there is the journey to purpose, and there's the journey after purpose. In Joseph's journey to purpose, it took Joseph 20 years. Joseph's journey after purpose took him over 70 years. Are you getting this? So there's the journey to purpose, and there's the journey after purpose. You see that also in the life of Jesus. You saw everything that Jesus had to do before he went to the cross. And you saw all that Jesus did after he resurrected from the grave. So there's the journey to purpose, and there's the journey after purpose. And today, Jesus is seated at the right hand of God, interceding for us, and we are seated together with him in heavenly places. That is after he had gone to the cross. Are you getting this? So there's the journey to purpose, there's the journey after purpose. And you see, of all the things that you can copy and paste in this life, purpose is not one of them. You can't copy purpose. That's I like that person's purpose, I want to copy it. You can't copy purpose. Of all the things that you can copy and paste in this life, purpose is not one of them. Because your purpose is unique to you. It's not copy and paste. Are you getting this? Is this making sense? I see, knowing purpose produces relationship with God because He is the one who created that purpose for you in the first place. So to know that purpose, you have to go back. You know, when they tell you that when you don't know how a product functions, you need to go and read the manual that the manufacturer sent alongside the product. For us, our manual is the scripture. That's the manual that was sent alongside our product of being born again. Are you getting this? So you must understand that knowing purpose produces relationship with God. And also, knowing purpose produces relationship with people because your purpose is for service. So it produces relationship with people. Because your purpose is not in isolation. It produces relationship in people. Are you getting this? So when you know your purpose, it helps how you build relationship with people. Because your purpose is for service. Are you getting this? And then your purpose helps produce personal growth. Because you know your purpose, because you are living out your purpose, you are also growing as a person. It produces personal growth. No wonder Paul could say, when I was a child, I spoke as a child. I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. 1 Corinthians 13:11. I put away childish things. Why? Because purpose helps produce personal growth. You are not the same person who was searching out for your purpose as the person who had discovered purpose. There is the personal growth that happens because of purpose. And then purpose produces a mission to accomplish. The mission to accomplish for Moses was to deliver the children of Israel out of Egypt. Purpose produces a mission to accomplish. The mission to accomplish for Saul was to preach, for Paul was to preach the gospel to the Gentiles. Purpose produces a mission to accomplish. No wonder at the end of Paul's life, he could say, I have fought a good fight. I have finished my course, and I have kept the faith. Why? Because purpose produces mission to accomplish. Are you getting this, guys? Is this making sense? See, your purpose would demand faith, obedience, courage, skill. Your purpose will demand it. It will demand faith, obedience, courage, and skill. Your purpose will demand it. And you see, Rick Warren, in Purpose Driven Life, the book I told you about earlier, that I encourage you to get, Purpose Driven Life by Rick Warren. You can go online and you can see the free version to download, right, and read. He talked about shape, SHAPE, shape. And by shape, he talks about spiritual gifts, heart, ability, personality, and experiences. He talks about the shape. When you read the book, you discover more about this. Well, see, let me tell you this, guys. Life is never made unbearable by circumstances, but only by lack of meaning and purpose. Did you get that? Life is not made unbearable because of circumstances. No. Life is unbearable when you lack meaning and purpose. Because you see, when you understand the why, which is purpose, you can withstand anyhow. So life is not unbearable because of the circumstances. No, life is unbearable when you lack purpose and meaning. Your life becomes unbearable. But when you have purpose, you have meaning, you can withstand anyhow. You know, Paul knew that there will be a shipwreck, and he told the captain of the ship, he says, there will be a shipwreck. Goods will be lost, but no life will be lost. Life is bearable when you have purpose and meaning to your life. See, the summary of purpose is this, guys. Why over how? Why over how? Service and contribution. Right? Your life is not measured in its duration. It is measured in its donation. All right? You are aligned to divine plan. Jeremiah 29:11. I know what I am doing. I have it all planned out. I will take care of you. I will not abandon you. I will give you the future that you hope for. Aligned to divine plan. Then passion and action. This is the summary of purpose. And I hope that you understand this, and this helps you to go about your search and discovery of your purpose. Like I said, you don't create purpose, you discover it. God already deposited your purpose in you. Is only waiting for you to discover it. To discover it. And see, a purpose-driven life is the one of intention, direction, and intention, direction, see this, guys. This is very important. Very important that you know this. Purpose-driven life is one of intention and direction. You know what to do, you're guided on how to do it. So, guys, this is it. This is the gist for today. This is our topic for today. And this is the topic on purpose, because we know it's important that people begin to understand their purpose for their lives, because it changes everything when you know your purpose. It changes everything for you, right? It changes everything for you. So I want to appreciate all the comments we got in. Thank you so much for the comments. Thank you so very much for the comments that came in on this conversation. We really appreciate all our commenters. Thank you so much. Purpose is the why you exist, the essence of your being, and the significance of your personality. Yes, that's the definition of purpose. I said, knowing your purpose engineers commitment in you. Thank you so much for that. And yes, purpose is unique to you. Everyone's purpose is unique, right? And yes, somebody confirmed that. I say, yes, sir. Thank you so much for that. Somebody like, deep. This is making sense. Hitting the right places. I love that. Thank you so much. And then somebody else again says, your purpose is for service. Yes, purpose is not for you. it is for service. And then he said the manual is the scripture. Yes, the manufacturer always puts a manual in every product. You are God's product, and his manual he sent alongside you is the scripture. That's why scripture says, search the scriptures, for in there are written of you. Search the scripture. That's why Jesus said, lo, I have come to do thy will, O God, in the volume of the books that is written of me. Use the manual. That's where you understand your purpose even more. Use the manual. And yes, finally, your purpose is not in isolation. No, purpose is not in isolation. Your purpose is not in isolation. We appreciate all of our commenters. Thank you so much. Let's keep the comments coming in. Do well to share your comments. Thank you so much. And like we always say, guys, 3 things will happen for you in this new week. Number 1, increased voice of God. Number 2, open heavens over your life. And number 3, more angelic activities in all that you do. Remember, there's always more on the upgrade side of life. And that's why we encourage you that you live good behind so that you can upgrade. Yes, you can upgrade. What better way for you to upgrade but to discover your purpose? Because when you discover purpose, you develop purpose, and you deploy purpose, then your life has meaning, right? Your life has meaning. Your life has meaning. Without purpose, your life is aimless, directionless, and useless. And that would not be your story, because you would discover, you would develop, and you would deploy your purpose that was designed with you while you were brought to this earth. So thank you so much for watching. Like I always say, do well to share this with your friends, your families, your loved ones, so that they too can be part of this experience that you are experiencing, right? Like, subscribe, share, because sharing is caring, right? Thank you so much. We look forward to seeing you again in another exciting episode next Sunday, 7 p.m. through to 8 p.m. And until then, there's always more on the upgrade side of life. That's why we encourage you to live good behind so that you can upgrade. Thank you so much for watching. God bless you.